So I always have like an advice section at the end of the podcast where I ask like different questions on how you handle stuff. So how do you deal with criticism?
Um, for me, you can't take it to heart. You know, when someone is telling you should work on, whether it's like working on certain parts of your game or just whatever it is, and when someone's like trying to criticize you, you just don't take it too personally. You know what I mean? Don't like kind of think the world's against you. Whatever they say, just kind of take it in your stride and make sure that you improve. Like sometimes in football, especially, you know, like managers and coaches aren't gonna favour you. You know what I mean? You're not always gonna be like that all the time. You know, there's gonna be times where you have to deal with setbacks, and you kind of take it too personally. You've got to just keep pushing forward and keep working forward. And you've got to just know that you're good enough and just like believe in yourself. I guess, you know, you kind of let things get to you, because if you're always like too high and too down, like it's not good for your mental health, I guess. You know what I mean? Like you've got to stay stable and you've got to kind of make sure that you're not going one way or the other. You've got to like kind of stay focused.
No, for sure. I hear that. How do you deal with not playing when you think you should be playing?
Yeah, again, that's another tough one. You know what I mean? Like you believe as footballers, we're all like we're confident, we believe that we're good players and we should be playing, especially when like the team's losing and stuff, and like you're like, I should have a chance, you know. It's a tough one because you want to address it with the manager at times. You want to like go up and say, like, listen, like I feel like I should be playing. Like, why am I not playing?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you don't want to be that guy that's like constantly whining at the manager and like, you know what I mean, kind of being a pain in his ass. So yeah, it's difficult. Like I say, because as footballers, we always feel like we should be playing. No one likes to sit on the bench. Nobody does. But sometimes you got to be a little bit patient. But then again, like you cannot just sit there and accept it. You know what I mean? So it's difficult, but yeah.
Not true. If there was anything in your career so far that you could change, what would it be?
Oh, good question. I don't know, you know. I feel like I wouldn't change much because I've like learned from everything. You know what I mean? Like if things haven't went well, you always take lessons out of it. And like I'm in a pretty good spot right now, so like I think I've been pretty lucky. Obviously, I've worked hard, but like I've been pretty fortunate where I've ended up. I've got a degree out of it. Like you know what I mean, of my time in America, I've got a degree, and I'm playing regular football and enjoying it again. So like I can't say I would change too much. Maybe I would have waited to join Newcastle Academy a little bit later.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because I think I started too young, so like it started to become too serious at a young age, you know. Instead of just like playing with your friends in the park and just like enjoying it and kind of not being restricted, and just like playing for trophies and stuff. You know what I mean? I always remember like when I was like 10, 11 year old, and I'd speak to my mates about football, and I'd be like, they'd be saying like, oh, we played in this tournament this weekend, you know, and we like won a trophy and it was great and we done this and done that, and I'm like, oh, I got a certificate at the end of the season saying well done. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't the same. Like training was just like boring. It was the same kind of stuff. And although I did definitely improve as a player because of that. It was like I would have preferred just to kind of play with my friends and enjoy it. And then I'm pretty sure I still would have been good enough, like later on joining an academy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that happens a lot with players that are, especially attacking players. You know what I mean? Like the kind of game is just like it's at its best when it's just like raw and it's just kind of like they're just playing freely. But a lot of times they kind of get put in academies and they kind of get like told to stop doing that and stop to doing step overs and just like play the simple pass. You know what I mean?
Bro, that's mad you're saying that because I was literally told that.
Yeah, and I was a left winger, bro, when I was that age. So that was kind of my deal. I was loving like playing, scoring goals and everything. And they were like, no, stop that. You're going left back. And then I ended up at centre back. So, you know, now I'm a centre back.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's funny you bring that up because literally I remember. But the worst thing is that they bring you in whilst you're doing that stuff.
Because you're doing that. Yeah, that's why. Yes, yeah, good point. Yeah.
But then when you get there, they're like, oh, yeah, you can't do. Because I remember I used to do bear step overs,
Yeah,
loads.
yeah, me too, bro. Too many, maybe too many, but yeah, at least let me do it.
No, that's funny. But yeah, like last one. If you have any advice for any like youngsters that are coming up, wanting to pursue a career in football, soccer, whatever it is, what would it be? Just one piece of advice.
um, I guess don't take setbacks too serious. Like don't let them affect you too much. There's always going to be ups and downs in football, like
Mm.
injuries, coaches that say you're not good enough. Um, there's a load of setbacks in football. So if you take that too seriously and like let it get to you, like you're done. You know what I mean? But you've just got to keep going, keep going. Like if things don't happen, if you get released from clubs, whatever it may be, you've got to just always believe that you're good enough and just put in the work. Um, and I think if you do that, you're gonna be successful because there's plenty of players that I played with when I was younger that were like super talented. I'm sure you've played with loads of players that are really talented and they just kind of
Yeah.
like fell off because they didn't have that mindset of just like I'm gonna keep going and I'm gonna get what I want. You know what I mean? So yeah, just keep driving and if you've got a dream, just keep chasing it and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
No, that's good, man. I thank you so much for your time. I know the time differences are
Yeah,
madness.
it's mad. It is mad. Yeah, no worries, mate. I've enjoyed it.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you, man.